All right, video number 4. So, you got your paper reports back. Don't do this step until you got your paper report back. And what you can do, once you get your paper report back, you're going to need this. This is what you finished up with on the other video, right? Number 3. You were doing this work in between now and when you get your stuff. I try to time this so it works out good, right? You follow my steps, you're not going to be wasting that much time because you were pulling your credit report after your reports were on the way in the mail. So while you're waiting, maybe it takes you a couple of days to get this right, check out your stuff, and then you want to cancel your free membership. Write down, I color-coded mine, right? So I got these 2 are orange because they're the same account but on different bureaus. These 2 are pink, same account. These 2 are green, same account, different bureau. Most of your accounts are going to be across the board on all 3. They're reporting to all 3, you know what I mean? Because they want to, they want to show that you're irresponsible. So these accounts, you want to get these removed. So let me go into a little bit of depth of what you're actually going to do. You're going to be disputing in a letter, 1 letter to each bureau. There's 3 bureaus. You're going to type up 3 letters. 1 letter to each bureau with a list. I've heard that you can do up to 22 accounts that are negative or that you want them to validate. Because if they can't validate them, if the person who's trying to report to the credit bureau, that collection agency, can't validate that it's your debt, they have to have 4 things correct. Some of those things are address, name, phone number, or the amount, when it was there. So there's a few things that if they get one of those things wrong, or if they don't respond by mail to the actual credit bureau, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion within the 30 days from when you started the open dispute, it gets removed, no questions asked. That's the secret to what we have right here. You have documents that are professionally written by lawyers that say, hey, credit bureau, this is me. You're going to put some validation stuff in there, social, security card, ID. I'm going to show you how to do that later. But then you're going to say, this is me. I don't think that this debt is mine. Now, don't feel like you're doing something illegal if you're disputing things that you do remember, because what happens is it might not be correct, or it shouldn't be there, or maybe the company's not even there anymore. It's your right to dispute whatever you feel is not correct. So that's the whole key to this, right? You're actually saying, hey, you need to verify that these things are mine. Now you've got your list of who holds what record and what they are and what you want to dispute. You want to dispute all the negative ones. There's no reason not to do that. Anything that's not making your credit report look positive. Now, you got this. Depending on which package you have this or you have the other one. Now, one of the best ways to get the stuff removed is to have the $50 package from me, and you have all of these lines here that say, please input your old address, please input your old employment, your aliases, your old telephone numbers, and this lingo is pretty, you can't just type this up yourself. It's got some lingo at the bottom that's actually the way it's worded. These are read by machines when they get sent in. There's not an actual person waiting there that reads every letter. They're read by machines, and there's an algorithm when they break down the text that'll either work or not work. So that's why these are so valuable, because they're professionally written and they know what words and keywords to look for. So the $50 package is on the right side for you guys, showing you, input all addresses. The $20 package has pretty much the same thing, but you're going to have to call into the bureaus and you're going to have to remove the old addresses and names by yourself, okay? So let's get started with the actual steps in this video. This is a long video, but this is important. This is the meat and potatoes. You got your credit report. You see 15 names, 15 addresses, and 5 phone numbers. Highlight everything that's not right. Only your current address, your current name, your current phone number, all the old stuff from employment. Nobody ever needs that. They don't need to see who you work for. That's going to help tie you to these debts. That's the key. That's what you paid for in these packages, is that secret I just told you right there. By you removing the name, the address, the stuff that's incorrect, if you can get that removed, and sometimes they won't want to remove it if it's tied to a debt, which is okay, but this letter over here for the $50 is more effective because they can't actually talk to you. You say this is not right, they just remove it. If it's tied to a debt, they go into that later. Now on the other side over here, you got just the letter, the dispute letter, right? And this letter is it's actually worded very, very strong too. So this is how this works. you're gonna dispute, if you got the $20 package on the phone, you got to call each bureau and you got to try to see how many they'll remove. See if they'll remove some addresses, some names, some phone numbers from each one. You got a lot of phone calls to make over here. On this one, you can send this letter, and this letter is actually going to say, it's going to have everything in. I'm not going to scroll down so you guys can copy the letter because you get that when you get the other package, but long story short, you're going to remove old addresses, old names, and old phone numbers that are not correct. But you can't do that until you have your paper reports in your hand. That's why it's important for you to get those rolling and in the mail. When you got all three, now you can go on the phone, or you can do this. And you could do the phone too if you got this package. The phone is quicker, but you might not get a cool CSR rep, and they might not be down to take some of the stuff off. You know, you gotta know how to word it and say, hey, you know, that I've had some fraud going on, and I need you guys to remove this. They're gonna be like, oh, fraud, okay, take it away. Even if it has like a negative thing tied to it, be like, I don't know anything about that or nothing about that bill or that collection company. So remove old names, remove old addresses, phone numbers, get that cleaned up on your report, right? They're going to send you a new report out. When you get your new report, then you can start sending out these letters. Or you can send them out if you did the $20 method and you got them on the phone and you know that they took some of them off, you're good to go. Now you're ready to dispute and go crazy. And you got the letters to do that, right? So anyways, let's end this video right here, because the next video is going to show you how to actually fill these out, right? And since you have this right here, it's going to be easy step by step, but it's the next step. It's going to be step number 5. So step 4 is to either send this first letter, if you have the $50 package, which has the place for you to put all the aliases. So you got your paper report, you put your name, your old addresses, the ones you want removed. You send this letter, they're going to remove it. Snail mail. You want to speed up the process, you can call in, do it old school, put a little bit more work into it, and see if you get a cool CSR rep and get them removed. And if not, if you can't get them removed from the $20 package, right, and you called in, and don't worry about it. It's still gonna work. These repair letters and these dispute letters, they still work. They're just more effective when you have that old stuff cleaned up, okay? So work on that, call them. Remember, you got your document that shows all the phone numbers for all the departments. So just jump on the phone when you're off work one day, man, and go hard on this, and you're gonna see some results. So let me end this video right here. We're gonna move on to how to fill these letters out next time, okay? Ask questions if you need to. Send me an email.